Okay, YouTube, this is the Vortec 7400 or 7500. Let me see if I got my words right. For some reason I'm speaking wrong. Anyway, it's a 7.4 liter Vortec, a 454. This is in a 99 3/4 ton Chevy Suburban. So besides that point, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how I do this, because at first job, the first time I did one of these, it looked like there was a lot more to pull apart. I'd actually undone the AC and took the lines and folded them back over there, got them out of the way, and you know, had to lose AC stuff. Actually, I think what I did is I didn't want to lose the AC stuff. I think I took the whole compressor off actually, and I folded it back over here on the side the first time I did one of these. But after I've had to do a couple of them, it's turned out to be much more simpler. It looks like it's a lot tighter fitting. The way I'm doing it now, it will be a little bit tight, you know, getting your gaskets and not messing stuff up. But you know, so basically take off your first plastic piece and undo your clamp here. So you have the one clamp that goes under here, and your little plastic piece sits up there with the bolt. Pop that off, then undo your clamp here, unplug your two electrical wires, and just pop your cover off this and take that whole assembly out. It's going to be a lot easier to get to. You can leave this bracket on, pop your two cables out of there. You got one little bracket that goes on here. You have another bracket that goes on there for your for this wire, and then you have a bracket that goes across the back that actually your coil sits on. And the last time I did this, instead of taking it all the way off, I found I could just leave the coil plugged in and set it on top of the distributor. Then moving over to here, you're going to have a couple of emission things. So that goes to your EGR valve, and so you undo that, take your EGR off, and you take your what is it, little map sensor or something. Well, for some reason I can't think of what it's called right now, so you have to forgive me on that. But this little doodad here comes off, and when you get to that point, all you got to do is carefully, you got your PCV valve holes undone, get your 8 bolts out, 2 up here, 2 back there. Okay, should be 13 millimeter, or possibly half inch. Half inch might fit better on this stuff actually. And then you just be careful, because you have your fuel rail that goes under there, so don't get crazy with it. Just carefully break it loose, and you'll just find the right way to wiggle it up out of there. You'll be able to get past all this stuff, and then move to the side, and then your fuel rail's right underneath there, and it's intact. And then, you know, you can supply pressure to your fuel rail and put your fingers under each injector if you're trying to find a leaky one and it's already failed your bleed down test. That's one way I ended up having to find it, because doing it with a scanner and the pressure gauge, it didn't really isolate which injector was bad. I ended up having to go and just keep turning the key off and on, letting the pressure up, and then just kept putting my finger under each injector until I started finding the ones that had wetness on it. So on this one got new injectors on it, and one of them is popped out of the fuel rail, and I've got to check and see what's going on there. They're aftermarket injectors, so they are different size and shape than the original injectors. Now, so far they ran good. It fixed the starting problem. They were really nice. It's just a little metal clip, which you'll see when you get it apart, it holds on different. I will actually add on to this video and show you guys that part. So I'll make a 2-part video. So this is the basis to get you started. Part 2 will show you having the upper plenum off and working on the injectors. That way, hopefully this will help you guys out. All right, good night.